Okay, in this lesson, we're going to be talking about powers of monomials. Um, Let me give you an example. So let's suppose we have something like this, 2a squared squared, okay? No different than raising a monomial to a power. This expression is the equivalent to 2a squared times 2a squared. Notice that we have two sets of 2a squared, okay, right here. Set number one, set number two. The reason we have two sets is because this set is raised to the second power, which means we need to take that set and multiply it by itself twice, okay? If it were raised to the third power, then we would have another set of 2a squared. So if we were to simplify this, I'm going to rewrite it down here so that it looks like this. 2 times A, okay, that's set 1. And then set 2 is the same thing, 2 times A, okay? Now we multiply everything together. So I'm going to multiply 2 by 2, so that's going to give me 4. And then we have 4 A's multiplied together, okay? So that's 4A to the fourth, like that. Okay, so let's try another example. Let's say we have x cubed raised to the third power. Okay, so as I said before, we're going to take the quantity x cubed, right, the set, and we're going to multiply it 2 more times, like this. Okay, this is an expanded form. Okay, and as I said before, the reason we do it 3 times, 1, 2, 3, is because we have this set raised to the third power. Okay, therefore we have to do it 3 times. Now, to simplify this and put it all back together, we know that x cubed is x times x times x. Okay, that's set 1. I'll write this here, set 1. Okay, that's not divide, it's just set 1. Then we're going to multiply by the same thing again, x times x times x, and also x times x times x. Okay, 2 sets there. 2 more sets, 2, that's 3. Okay, so in looking at just what's written in black, we know that we have 3, 6, 9 x's, and therefore the final answer is x to the 9th power. Okay, so let's take a look at another example, and I'm not going to have all my notes in blue this time so that it's a little clearer. Let's suppose we have 2y to the third to the fourth power. Okay, so this is equivalent to 2y to the third times 2y to the third times 2y to the third times 2y to the third. Okay, 4 times. We know that this is also equal to 2 times, 2 times y times y times y times 2 times y times y times y times 2 times y times y times y times 2 times y times y times y. Okay, we're going to multiply the 2's together. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. So we get 16. Then what we have left are y's, and we need to count how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 16y to the 12th power. So as you get more proficient at this, there's actually a shorter way to get to this answer. Okay, here's what I mean. Let's take a look at the same problem again. 2y cubed to the 4th. Okay, that is the same thing as 2 to the 4th times y to the 3rd to the 4th. Okay, now I know it seems kind of odd because we're raising a power to another power. Okay, but when you do that, you're going to actually multiply those together. Okay, so we know what 2 to the 4th is, right? 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. We already calculated that, and that's 16. Okay, y to the 3rd to the 4th power. So we're going to multiply 3 by 4. We know 3 times 4 is equal to 12. And look at that. His answer is exactly the same. Okay, so let's just do one or two more examples. So let's say we have x to the 2nd raised to the 2nd power. Okay, that is equal to x to the 2 times 2, which is equal to x to the 4th. Okay, we're multiplying the powers together. When you have a power raised to another power, you multiply those two numbers. Okay, here's another example. Let's say we've got z to the 3rd to the 4th power. That is equal to z to the 3 times 4, which is equal to z to the 12th. Okay, we're going to do one more example, except I'm going to have multiple components in here. Okay, don't let this confuse you. Follow the rules. So let's say we have 3 x to the 4th, y to the 2nd, z to the 3rd. Okay, all raised to the 3rd power. So in my mind, I'm going to look at the first component first. Okay, so we're going to do this first. Take the 3, and I'm going to raise it to the 3rd power. Then I'm going to take the next one, which is x to the 4th, but it's raised to the 3rd power, so it's x to the 4 times 3. The next one is y, and it is raised to the 2nd power, but also to the 3rd power, so you multiply them, 2 times 3. Okay, and then z, raised to the 3rd power, raised to another 3rd power, which is 3 times 3. Now we can simplify it and say 3 to the 3rd power is 3 times 3, which is 9, times 3, which is 27. X to the 4 times 3 is 12. Y to the 2 times 3 is 6. And then z to the 3 times 3 is 9. Okay? Hopefully that made sense to you. If you're not sure or if something was unclear, please go back in this video and go through it again until you fully understand. Thank you.